Talk whack to me. Talk whack to me.
Yeah.
Talk whack to me. Talk whack to me. What's up, Wackians? Thank you so much for tuning in to another episode of Talk Whack to Me. So let's go ahead and get into this. Of course, we got to talk about day 8 of the Tory Lanez trial. So we are here seemingly towards the end. There was a lot of talk of if Tory was going to be taking the stand. Tory agreed and the defense agreed not to. There's absolutely no reason for Tory to take the stand. You know, they've been running a really good case. They have created a lot of reasonable doubt by just addressing a lot of issues that went on with the investigation, from the cops to the DA, prosecution, the witnesses that they've pulled. So they've done a lot to create a lot of reasonable doubt, you know, exposing lies and then people just confessing that they're lying like Kelsey did. Yeah, so we'll go ahead and get into what happened on the 8th day of the trial. Before we do that, though, please make sure to like this video, hit that notification bell, or hit the subscription, then hit that notification bell, and to leave a comment in the comment section. So let's go ahead, man. Again, day 8. So pretty much, like we said, Tory was not going to go ahead and testify because he don't need to. His defense team has been killing it. Then out of nowhere, Tory's driver / bodyguard from that night, Jaquan, the dude we all been looking for, trying to find, he just pops up, be like, yeah, I'm here to testify now. Of course, prosecution's like, look, man, we ain't never even talked to this dude. I don't even know what he's going to say. They want to go ahead and push this back another week. Tory and his lawyers like, nah. Ultimately, it was up to Tory, but I think Tory was like, nah, man, let's just go right now. We hot. We don't want to take no chances. We've been killing them. Let's just not even take a chance of waiting a week and allowing them to put something crazy together. Let's just get this over with. So since it was, you know, Tory's the one on trial, it was his decision. He was like, nah, we don't need his testimony. We good, man. You know, the prosecution, y'all been really making this easy. Y'all been teeing it up for us. Which they have. Prosecution has been doing terrible with this. No real evidence. So much that they ignored that the defense is just pulling. Why didn't you guys investigate this? Why did you guys do this? Why did you guys do that? Why aren't you guys interviewing this person? Why aren't you guys interviewing that person? You know, why aren't you guys addressing this topic, addressing that topic? Just great stuff from the defense, right? So no reason to push this. And if anything, that could end up hurting Tory, biting him in the, you know what, and costing him the trial. So I feel him on that. The jury has more than enough to go ahead and deliberate, and that's what they're going to do. Of course, first you got to get through closing statements. So prosecution started first with their closing statement, and pretty much they knew they had nothing. So they really tried to lean in. Well, Meg's the victim, and she said she would wish that she would have died that night instead of having to go through all this. And, you know, really singing this sob story about if you believe some of what Meg said, you should believe it all. Why would she lie? Well, she's already been lying. She lied about a lot of what happened that night. You have to wonder why, not why would she lie, but why did she lie? I mean, that's just the truth. Why did she lie? Why did she omit so much? Why are all these people having a different story from what Meg is saying? You know, they said, listen to Kelsey, that first testimony she gave, that was the truth. She came here to lie. Well, how we know that? Kelsey herself said that first testimony she gave to y'all back in, what, September or July, whatever they were saying. Kelsey saying that was a lie. Kelsey said she's telling the truth now. She got on that stage and she said, I want immunity because I don't want to say anything to incriminate myself. So what's that about? Clearly something's going on. And to tell people to ignore all of that is ridiculous. Don't make no sense. They said EJ's testimony was evidence. And I forgot why they said that, but EJ said that Meg was wilding out. He was ready for her to leave, and that he's seen Meg have weapons before, and he's seen things that could have been a gun, and that the suitcases that EJ put in when he put the suitcases or put their bags in Tory's car, they were in a different place later on from where he put them. So again, how does that help you? They said that Sean Kelly, the witness, was evidence for the prosecution side because they said Sean Kelly said Tory was acting erratically. Sean Kelly also said that the shots came from Kelsey, where Kelsey was at, and that he reported that, and you guys ignored that and didn't even bring him up as a witness. So again, they're just trying to they want you to only focus on the parts that help their case, but the whole narrative just doesn't match up. So, Tory's lawyer had to get out there. He had to just pretty much say what I was saying. What are you talking about? They've been omitting stuff. They're not bringing everything, two and two together. Meg has been changing her story up. The dance bitch thing, nobody else heard that. And she added that later on afterwards when she needed an excuse to why she turned around to look at Tory. Because first she said she didn't see who shot her, but she knew it was Tory. She lied about the relationship. She lied about the reason why they were fighting. She lied about her phone being dead because she said she called the manager. She lied about the reason why she didn't tell the cops. First, she was annoyed with them. She didn't even think she got shot. George Floyd happened. She don't want nobody to die. Hey, we don't snitch in my hood, but you'd already snitched. They talked about a lot of stuff of what, Tory didn't say anything about Meg, but Meg says the reason why she came out and told on Tory is because he had been putting stuff out, but there's no evidence of that. There's no evidence of bribery. There's no evidence of anything. No DNA on the weapon. They're just hammering all this stuff again. Remind you, the prosecution has no case. And I don't know why they had to rush to do this. They should have waited and tried to find some more information. Tory's defense team was like, Kelsey had gun residue on her. They didn't even check her for DNA. And they have an eyewitness saying that the gunshots came from her. And they said they played the audio of the gun again. Pow, 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 pause, pow, pow. They said the reason why there's a break in there is because Tory was trying to get the gun. It was a struggle for the gun. Great line from the defense. Defense says Tory was trying to save a black woman. Jesus. Look, you try to come into this thing, or at least I try to come into this thing without being biased, but just seeing what the prosecution has brought forward and just seeing what the defense has brought forward, it makes no sense that Tory should be convicted. He should not be found guilty. There's just too much doubt on everything. There's even doubt on if the gun was his. There's just too much doubt on everything. I just don't. If he's found guilty, like I've said before, I don't know. Was somebody paid up? Like, what's going on here? This is crazy, right? Now, the defense did not get to finish their closing statement, so they're going to get to finish tomorrow, and then the jury is going to go ahead and be able to deliberate. So, hoping that we get something by Friday. The judge has been adamant he wants this to finish up before Christmas. He's taking other jurors, and I'm hoping this finishes up before Christmas too. Clearly, Tory just wants to get this over with, and I just think that there's enough reasonable doubt, like really reasonable doubt, not just like, oh, we haven't found evidence to support it, but actually we have evidence to support the contrary, that Tory did not shoot her. That you have to say that not guilty. It's either going to be a not guilty or thrown out, but honestly, I really think it should be a not guilty because it's only the prosecution's fault. They came with this weak case. So you got to suffer those consequences. And then try to just, mastermind and gaslight everybody into ignoring what's been presented and to only pay attention to what the liar Meg. Like Tory's defense team said, man, she's been telling so many lies. That's not credible. You can't believe that. What do you have that justifies taking this man's freedom? And the answer is you don't have anything. You have things that are supporting the opposite of that Tory was trying to be the hero, or at the very least that Tory didn't shoot the girl. So I'm very curious to see what the defense, what the completion of their closing statement is going to be. And then, we got to go ahead and wait for that jury and see what they decide. And I think that is in a fair world, Tory would not be convicted, but you never know. At the end of the day, it is up to those jurors, and we have no idea what they're thinking. But if they've been paying attention to the same case that I have, come on, good conscience alone, you have to. That's a not guilty. And again, I'm not saying Tory's not guilty. I'm saying the evidence I've been given, I can't just say he is. And that's the court that we live in. That's our judicial system right there. So you got to go with that. So come on, let's see what happens.
Yeah. Talk whack to me. Talk whack to me. Yeah. Talk whack to me. Talk whack to me.